about this rally to tell you what needs to, what we would like for you to do to support the building. Now, to me, having the city have the covenant as opposed to some outside entity, since we can't accept it, is going to simplify life. If you can imagine a negotiation about the adaptive reuse that involves some other nonprofit, the City of Santa Monica, and presumably the Landmarks Commission, it gets a lot more complicated. We have a website which is www.smconservancy.org. Right now, the lead news item on our website is this rally and the protection of the post office. Right now, I think, just as we have to accept the fact that this law is in place that has established the economics of the post office, we need to accept the fact that this post office is moving. And once we have put in place mechanisms to make sure that it is protected as the important representation of our history and the history of the Works Progress Administration, then we can move forward with other aspects. And our primary email address is info@SM Conservancy. If you want to reach me personally, you can send email to president@SM Conservancy.
Today was the last day that the post office at 1248 5th Street was opened. It was open for a little bit and then closed down. So this is a sign that somebody posted here. This post office is closed. And they have moved to 1653 7th Street. So if you want to mail something now, you have to go to 1653 7th Street between Colorado and looks like Olympic. That's where your new post office is, people. No more convenient post office. No more beautiful post office right here at the corner of Arizona and 5th Street. This has been lost to our community, and the government has closed it down. What do you think for? Fund pensions. Actually, other lady had some other things to say about that, so this is what she had to say about it.
And I just came from a whole presentation. You probably know Gray Becklin up in UC Berkeley. He has a beautiful slideshow. If you go to www.publicbankinginstitute.org and go to the videos from the 2013 Public Banking Conference, you will see his wonderful slideshow of all of the post offices that have been closed. There have been 2,500 of them closed so far. And what the fact is the public owns these buildings. Sometimes the artwork alone in the buildings, the murals, the sculptures are worth even more than the real estate. This was a horrible thing that was actually a Republican bill, but it was co-sponsored. But this is, to be talking about the city buying a building that we the people already own is really ludicrous. What we need to do is fight to stop this law where they have required that the Postal Service pay for 75 years of pensions in advance. No other public agency, no other private corporation is forced to do this. This was designed to bankrupt what was an already profitable agency, the post office. And what's happening is Dianne Feinstein's husband, Richard Blum, I'm not sure how he pronounces it, from CBE Real Estate, has the exclusive no-bid contract to sell off all these buildings.
This is a reading of our ordinance and a series of regulations which actually prohibits, we are told, and we are going to discuss this further, landmarking of federally owned property. So we are poised to landmark as soon as feasible. There is absolutely I can't say I speak for all the commission, I'm speaking just for myself right now, but there is great interest on the part of the commission. So we are definitely in, how should I say, lockstep with the Santa Monica Conservancy. It's just a question of logistics and time. Our focus right now, and for Monday night's, a week from Monday night's meeting, is to hone the language that will be incorporated for the covenant, for the preservation covenant. So we want to make sure that we've highlighted all of the character defining features, make sure we don't lose any features on the building or on the site that are original, that define the essence, the history, the community role of this marvelous facility
Should
here.
not go to waste. You know, I come from a family that moved to Santa Monica back in 1929. I still live in the same house that my dad bought from his great aunt who bought it new. And so my grandfather, Philip Tullhill, was the first postmaster, and this is from Franklin D. Roosevelt, who James Farley, whose name is on the building right there, who was the Postmaster General, signed this along with Franklin Roosevelt to put my Philip T. Hill, my grandfather, into nominating him for this this role as postmaster. And my father, who's no longer with us, was such an advocate for conservancy in Santa Monica. And I know that I'm doing this for him and for my grandfather, and also because I've come to really, I never want to leave Santa Monica. I love it here. And once buildings like this are gone, they're gone forever. And as we can see, the trend in Santa Monica, all these boxy, new, horrible apartment buildings are going up, which all try and look fancy and beautiful, but in the end of the day, they're not going to look anything as beautiful as these old original buildings that were built with such attention to detail and craftsmanship, and you really notice it when you walk inside the post office. So I don't know really what their plans are, but I think really we need to all stand together and bring as much awareness as possible to keep this a historical site and protected. We don't need to see any more apartment buildings, as many as we can at least slow down here in Santa Monica. It's obviously there's a photograph of when they opened the post office, 1938, and there's my grandfather at the podium giving a little speech about it, and it looks like it was the whole setup was right there where those green plants are, and that was such an important time too. It was right before the war. It was around 1938, and my grandfather was instrumental in helping sell war bonds, and also bringing airmail service to this area. So, it was early days for Santa Monica, but it was this was an instrumental hub for the post office, and it should remain an important building and landmark.
Thank you.